So guys, 3 weeks since my last video. Yeah, sorry about that guys. It's just that my mum had an operation at the hospital, so me and my family had to look after her because she wasn't feeling well. But the operation was successful, so she's recovering well. So that's good news. And now I am back. The title race seems to be heading Liverpool's way, who are 8 points clear of Leicester, 9 points clear of Man City. I think they are going to win the league. And who would have thought that Leicester would be second place? I still can't believe it. They could have a chance of winning the title, but they have a big chance of top 4, Leicester. But nah, I still think Liverpool are going to win the title. And there are 3 managers who are under serious pressure. Marco Silva, Unai Emery and Manuel Pellegrini. And I really can't see how these 3 are going to get out of these situations because their fans just seem to be totally against them. But I am going to talk about these 3 when I get to my Premier League predictions. And speaking of predictions, here are my predictions for week 13 of the Premier League this season. So here we go. Leicester v Everton. The first under pressure manager I'd like to begin with is Marco Silva, who for me is favourite for the next manager to be sacked. Well, losing 2-0 at home is bad enough, but to lose to Norwich, who are bottom of the table at that point, Everton fans have every right to be furious because it's a game they should be winning. After all the optimism in the summer, and this is what Everton fans get, nowhere near the top 6. And I really feel for Marco Silva, I really do, because the players just aren't playing for him. Not one of them turned out on Saturday. And with a very tough run of fixtures coming up, Marco Silva is under serious pressure now. He could be gone by Sunday, he could be gone by tomorrow. In fact, he could be gone today. And Leicester is the first of these very tough fixtures. And because of where Leicester are in the table, how confident they look, what a good run of form they're on, Everton will have no chance for me. If Everton were to lose, then that's it. Marco Silva's out the door. So for me, I'm going for a comfortable Leicester City win. 3-0. Norwich v Arsenal. Next is Unai Emery, another manager under pressure. Seriously, Arsenal just seem to get worse as the season progresses, and their chances for a top 4 finish look completely remote. Saturday's game against Southampton was really embarrassing for Arsenal, going into a game which everyone expects them to win, but they end up scoring a last-minute equaliser to earn a point. Now that is embarrassing. Even Lacazette was embarrassed to celebrate. Now I'm not sure if it's just the players who are just not good enough or they just don't want to play for the manager. Now this game against Norwich is a game they should win. Honestly. But Norwich have won their last game and they will come into this game with a lot of confidence. So things are not looking rosy for Arsenal. If Arsenal don't win this one, that could be Unai Emery out the door as well. Well, it's Arsenal. Arsenal don't sack managers. But yeah, I don't think Arsenal will win. I think it'll be a draw. But that'd be a good result for Norwich though. 2-2. Chelsea v West Ham. Manuel Pellegrini, a Premier League winner as well. West Ham winless since September, on a run of 3 consecutive defeats, 5 defeats in their last 8. Yep, that's really out of form. And West Ham have been putting in some very lacklustre performances. Again, I'm questioning whether the players just aren't good enough or if they have the right manager. If West Ham don't win a game and improve as soon as possible, I think that's Pellegrini done as well. Now, I see no chance of West Ham getting anything from Chelsea, who have been on an excellent run of form. 7 wins in a row. Well, until Man City. But that doesn't change anything of what I see in this Chelsea team, so I don't think West Ham will stand a chance. I think Chelsea will come out on top and put West Ham out of their misery, as well as Pellegrini. 3-1. Southampton v Watford. Yeah, Southampton really should have won against Arsenal. They were the much better side, had numerous opportunities to put the game to bed, and they were really unlucky on the day. But despite drawing the game, Southampton should take the positives out of that performance and build on it. As for Watford, in the first half they were alright against Burnley, but in the second half they completely capitulated, and now they're back at the bottom of the table. So now Watford really need to start picking up some wins. Speaking of which, this is a relegation 6-pointer, so this game's going to be very interesting. Both teams need to win because it's now or never for the 2 of them, but to be honest, Southampton's home form is still terrible. So I'm backing Watford to win this one and move off the bottom of the table. 2-1 Watford. Tottenham v Bournemouth. I'm very surprised that Spurs sacked Mauricio Pochettino. I felt he deserved more time, but to be honest, the players just weren't playing for him anymore. Also with the timing of the sacking, because I did not know who Spurs were going to bring in. But now with Jose Mourinho in the hot seat and with his impressive first game as manager, I think Spurs will go on and have a really good rest of the season and possibly finish in the top 6, which has to be their main priority now. And they do have a chance of a second consecutive win against the Bournemouth side, who have been on a very dodgy run of late. 1 win in their last 7 games. I can only see Spurs winning this one because I think they will revive under Mourinho. 3-0 Spurs. Wolves v Sheffield United. Wolves won their last game against Bournemouth quite comfortably, and now they are 5th place in the Premier League. After their early season blip, and now they are 5th place in November. Yep, I think Wolves will be in for another good season. Everyone's going to struggle against Wolves. Everyone's going to struggle against Sheffield United. I have absolutely no idea how Sheffield United could throw away a 2-0 lead to Manchester United, but they still had the character and the mentality to not give up and get the point, and that's what I like about them. And plus, having not lost an away game in the Premier League so far this season is all the more extraordinary, and I do think that away record will continue here. I think, at the end of the day, I think these two will match each other and close each other out, and that's why I think this game will end in a draw. 1-1. Liverpool v Brighton. See, Liverpool don't need to win all the time. They just win, no matter what. Again, they did not play at their best against Crystal Palace, but they still got the win that they needed. And to be honest, from what I've seen, Liverpool aren't going to lose much this season. In fact, they might not lose at all. Brighton never stood a chance against Leicester. Not that they played badly, because they didn't. They were just well beaten by a very good Leicester team. And even if Brighton do make things difficult for Liverpool, I still think Liverpool will open them up somehow, as they always find a way to. So I expect Brighton to be on the back foot in this game, which is why I'm going for another Liverpool win. 2-0. Burnley v Crystal Palace. Well, after 3 consecutive defeats for Burnley, now they're in for a 3rd consecutive win. See, Burnley were very comfortable in their last 2 games against West Ham and Watford. Yes, they were pretty much easy wins, but it does give Burnley a great opportunity to push on. Crystal Palace, on the other hand, against Liverpool, their best performance so far this season, and still not get anything. Yes, it does hurt, but they can still take the positives and build on that performance. If they can do that against Liverpool, they can do that against any team. Crystal Palace will be a different task for Burnley compared to West Ham and Watford because Crystal Palace are a more difficult side. But for Crystal Palace, against a resilient Burnley team, good luck getting past them. However, I have the sense that Palace will win, so I'm going for a 2-1 Palace win. Newcastle v Manchester City. In the build-up to Newcastle's defeat last night, they have won 2 games in a row. The only downside is their forwards aren't scoring, the defenders are doing it for them. Almiron, St Maximin, Joelinton, their time will come, I'm sure it will. Once those 3 start scoring, Newcastle will be a much better attacking team. But I expect them to have their backs to the wall against Man City. As for Man City, they've fallen far behind to Liverpool in the title race, so the least they can do now is just keep on winning and hope that something goes in their favour. Against Newcastle, Man City will have to work hard to break them down, which I think is what they'll do, and I think Man City will win. 3-1. Manchester United v Aston Villa. Man United were abysmal against Sheffield United, but they somehow managed to come back and lead, which at that point I didn't think was possible. But they still didn't win, and that only piles more pressure on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But surely this game against Aston Villa has to be a game that Manchester United should win because Aston Villa are fighting against the drop. Anything but a win will do them no good. But somehow, they are still a difficult team when they play at home, so I think Man United will win. But it won't be comfortable. 2-1 Manchester United. So there you have it, guys. Those are my predictions for week 13 of the Premier League this season. No, it's not week 13, it's week 14. Oh my god. Sorry about that, guys. It's been 3 weeks, so I lost count of the weeks, but it's week 14, so at least I corrected myself. And plus, guys, that is actually it for this video. So if you like my videos, please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and please turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. Please leave a like and a comment down below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace!